Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Alright folks, just before we start, I just want to say don't judge me or my skill or lack of in this video. This video is extremely rash. Look, I was poking at the Leon and a chunk of the wing fell off. I took it as an opportunity to have a go at bodywork and not be too fussed on the results, to see what I can learn with experience in a day so I don't mess anything important up on the MX-5. I just want to apologise, as I know that there's a fair bit of voiceover in this, and that's just due to my neighbour playing very loud and frankly depressing music. Just a reminder as well that 86.5% of you guys aren't subscribed to this channel, so if you want to keep seeing these videos of an amateur winging it and messing it up, you know what to do. If you have any comments on tips or tricks or just want to tell me I'm an idiot, feel free to comment, it all helps the channel. So cheers and let's get started. You see here, I was poking at it the other day and there's a lot of rust here. This is actually an MOT fill. In UK this is illegal. Really good metal up here, but I'm not going to weld this because I don't think this car's got much longer left anyway. It'd be nice to get another year out of it. I don't really like putting money into this car because I don't know when something might catastrophically fail. It does let water and stuff in the, I think the gearbox has been replaced before. So I might just make a quick video of me probably just using fiberglass filler to make this look presentable and no sharp edges. So let's see. Alright, yeah, I don't even know if you can see me. So you can see the wing okay. You can see the issues here. And it does go back a fair bit. Mounting point in the bottom still sound enough. The reason why these roll out is because Volkswagen, it's a Seat, but it's Volkswagen. Volkswagen thought it was a good idea to put a sponge underneath it. So I'll get some tools here and dress back the metal. Interesting enough, this does smell like filler. Metal so thin. No metal so whenever you can cut off a die grinder, don't you? Just filler. So my rust converter is apparently sealed. I can't get it open. And I also don't know where paintbrushes are. But I've got a cheap detailing brush here, which I'll use instead. And this is Austin's rust remover. So shouldn't really be dipping the brush into it. Now, this is like a dodgy car salesman trick if anything, but like I said, if you cut out all the rust, it will last. Anyway, so alright guys, we've got our mast up. So we do as cheaply as possible, and this is some 600 grit. Just going to give it a quick key. Good. Anything sticks to it. Right. This has been painted before, so like rattle can. So I really don't care. The whole car is going to get resprayed anyway. I'm joking. This car is definitely not getting a respray. So let's get a key. What was that? This is panel wipe, which is just a quick solvent. Okay. Some oil-free primer. It's not getting welded once again. It's just this is what I have in hand. So. Wherever it runs, it's going to be sanded anyway. I just want to make sure that the inside got a good coating. So we'll leave that to dry. This is where we're at. Sweet. Pretty on. Okay guys, so the point of this video is to teach you to have trust issues. My microphone was off, apologies. This is not getting welded because it's my Leon. You know, the dodgy daily. I think, to be honest with you, I might title this video how to be a dodgy car salesman, how not to fix rust. I'm only joking, but you know, this is actually pretty standard repair. In a lot of countries that have colder weather, salted roads, you know, that won't have as strict vehicle testing as UK, this would be pretty standard. It's cheaper. This hasn't really cost me anything. The main reason why I'm doing it is so that I can remember how difficult it is to paint a car, and also to, you know, try out some of my spray paint and guns and the tools and stuff like that. Just getting the fiberglass filler ready here. This filler doesn't like me. I've got a bit of duct tape there behind the wing You know, it's just for shaping while the filler hardens. I definitely put in too much hardener here. I'll show you in a second. It's supposed to be a pea to a golf ball. It's not supposed to be. There we see. You can see filler. Yeah, so way too much hardener. It's supposed to be a pea to a golf ball. It's also really warm today. The day I was filming this, I think it was about 28 degrees Celsius outside. Filler cures as an exothermic reaction, and that's why usually you'll see that I'll spread it quite thin. It's important to do this sort of icing on a cake motion and try not to introduce any air into the mixture. That's how we get bubbles and pinholes. Not really as much of a problem with fiberglass filler, because we only use fiberglass filler for strength and for very deep damage. So you can see I start to apply it here, trying to push it in while maintaining the shape. I probably should have keyed the surrounding area to make sure that there's something for it to stick to, but because this ink primer isn't very good, it's not very adhesive, and it's also not very resilient as well against scrapes and scratches, I thought it best not to, because the reason I'm using this ink primer and the fiberglass filler is for the waterproof nature of it and the rust inhibition nature and quality of it as well. So I'm just building up the filler here now, trying to get it on as much as possible, and we can see how much more difficult it is now for me to maneuver that it's already started to cure. Sweet. Thanks. So, see, it's dry now. Like, that's only one layer, and it's just as strong as a steel. It's also reasonably flexible. Okay, so I just ran a die grinder over it there, because that's not how we're shaping it, this is just how we're getting the strength. And I'm just going to run a belt sander around the bottom of it. So check, you guys can see. Who's coming to view this car soon? I'll have a look like this. Usually I say, oh, there is metal there now. Well, there's not metal there now. There is fiberglass, right? So you can see I've had that filler conveniently sitting in the sun, and I've been told that it's sitting in the sun and just about heating it to be easier to work with. I've watched a lot of people use filler, and in the videos I've watched it's smooth as honey. However, this U-Ball gold stuff is not easy to work with as well. But we need to hurry up because we need to get this ready for the customer to come and collect. I'm complaining about the arches here and telling how I haven't had a great time with them. But you can see, look how thick that is. You can actually see, you can see the resin come through to the top. And it's still so thick and difficult to play with. And I've got a massive thing of hardener, which means I'm probably going to put in, yep, there we go, too much. And there we go, to say I did not need that much hardener. So the reason I have to do a voiceover is because neighbours listen to such loud music. Apologies. At least here we've actually got a good POV shot. And we can once it's seen, we can see that, you know, the sweeping motion and then laying it back down. And we're trying to get to uniform colour. So it's not as pretty as American fillers because sometimes they go all mad colours, but this is quite beige and boring. Don't know why we're getting so many air bubbles here, but you can see how difficult it is to work with. The putty is not very malleable at all whatsoever. And we're trying to keep it nice and thin and down to it. Yep, so we're trying to spin way too much harder than that. Here I'm complaining if I take off the masking too early. This is such a lovely view, Jack. Well done, and you're amazing filming. Oh, I think I've realised. So, trying to get that line at the bottom line up properly. Now we're working on the shape of the top. Yeah. So it should be easier to keep the shape going if you go from the top to the bottom, especially whenever we have sort of like, I call it a swage line, I know it's not the word, but sort of a hard line like that in the arch. We're trying to keep it flat as well, and yeah, that's me complaining because it's cured already. What a pain. Yeah, I'm just now witnessing I probably should have worked in the shade. Yeah, it's dry already. Great. Yeah, at this stage I was used to working in very cool temperature. So 28 degrees Celsius is very warm here for anyone that isn't aware. But yeah, sweet. Alright guys, apologies, there's a house behind me and they're listening to some really bad music. I like all types of music, but I generally don't even recognise the artist. So the customer's almost here, so we need to get primer on, paint on, and I actually got, well, joking aside, I got what I wanted out of this. Now I know that spot putty is awful. That's what I wanted to do, just wanted to test it all out. Obviously this isn't perfect. You can see there's a wee bit of a dent there. Well, not dent, it's just a different line, but it's going to do what I wanted to do, which is just tidy up the general appearance. Why is that a high spot? Tidy up the general appearance. So just going to give it another wee sand, make sure it's completely flat, and then I'll go ahead and... So I've got reshaped. I'm going to go over it with some 180 320, and then I might try out my 2K primer just to see what it's like. I've got the swage line, the line going quite well. There's still like a few pinholes and stuff. I can't just keep that filter's crap. That U-Paul Gold Plus stuff, it's cheap Halfords. Well, it's not Halfords, it's a big proper brand, but it's cheap. So I'm gonna have to go on some Googles and find out what a good cheap putty is, what a good cheap knifing putty is. So well. Sanding in the first place, and now the lacquer's like the hardest thing here, you see. It's harder than the... What do you think harder than? That's the fiberglass filter. There's a wee crack down there as well, but don't really care. It's a lot more presentable, so that's it. I'm not gonna bother anymore. I'm kinda done now. I'm kinda fed up with it. I'm gonna turn on the compressor because this guy's music's really annoying me. And I'm sorry, I need to remember to speak up as well. See in a bit. This is how much I care. It's how much the customer's going to care as well. It's a cheap car, you know what I mean? Here at Jack Scams. Probably need to take a bit more gloss off that actually. Sorry. Yeah, so putting over a couple of skins of filler on and try to keep that line. It's not perfect. Not really expect to be perfect, that needs to get down. I'm going to run out of duct tape soon. Oh, but like I said, the main purpose of this test is to try out some of our products. So what have I learned so far? I've learned the spot putty. Spot putty's crap, it's awful, it's absolutely terrible, and I need to get another one. And now I'm about to try the 2K high build primer. So we'll see how that is. Better tape up before I forget. Okay, I can't find TDS, probably just because this is cheap stuff. So I'll do 4 to 1. So 4 primer to 1 harder. And I might do about 10% thinner. Don't really know what thinners to use, what was the only issue. Oh, that's not too bad, dude. Wow. So anyone that watches me would know I really need to get a, what do you call it? Sorry, anyone that watches me knows I've previously started painting with this before. Actually, it doesn't really look like it needs to body stir, does it? Let's see. No, this is nowhere near as bad as the epoxy. Okay. I ain't got that. Oh, actually, wait, there's a bit bottom. 18 up after myself. So let's go for 200 probably, realistically. 200 and then 50 prime hardener, and then 10% thinner. Okay, overshot that. See how quickly it comes down, man. Man. Oh, there's a bit of shot. Yeah, that's about 200. Okay, and then back on. Oh, I should really be wearing gloves for this. I gotta put on gloves. Excuse me, I don't have like a fancy Sony. I was considering buying one, but it means I can't give you these sort of cool views. Sorry, you can't see my face as much anymore, but the original plan was to still use my phone just as much, but I haven't really been doing that. Okay, guys. Okay, pop. Pop. I'll pull them out. This is 4 to 1. Take out your wee fingers here. Boop. And then I have to do this from the inside. Right here. Isn't it? It might be a wee bit too much. Too little actually. Doesn't matter. I'll just speed it up. Okay, and then give this a stir. It's actually quite thin. Probably because I haven't stirred it properly. So I don't think I'm going to bother with the finish. Right. Okay. Oh, next question. Does this even want to reach the car? Let's put on this stuff here. Don't want that in my lungs. Okay, it's about 20 degrees outside. So, oh, I really don't want to touch the camera. You see where my hands are, more or less, most of the time. Yeah. Alright. Okay, where's my gun? Yeah. This is just a cheap gun off AliExpress or something.
I need to get a, what's it called? I keep forgetting. Muzzle block. Just leave it on here. The 2K finish, so it's very textured. So at the moment I'm just sanding it down with 400 grit, and I found some gloss black rattle can, so hopefully there's enough in the tin to do that. And anyway, yeah, I'm glad I wasn't filming with the necklace, because an old trick I learned doing the models was, when airbrushing, was to put a finger in the nozzle and it will backflow, and then that sort of causes blockages, become unblocked. And I did that after I cleaned it, and paint went all over me, as you can see. So it probably went on the camera, on my luck. So I'll set this up now. Sorry about the music, it's not mine. So this is a 400 grit. Yeah, I'm aware about the overspray. I just care too much. This car has been cleaned like twice in my ownership. Definition spray wheel here. You know. Something not right here. Come on. It's pretty windy, I guess, on the that's what it is. Oh well, I'm back.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I don't know if you can see, sorry about that. But that just shot a load of, oh my god, the overspray. A load of primer, basically, so. Came out of the gun, so what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to leave it in this bucket. Right, folks, so there's the final result. Ah! Unreal. So, obviously I didn't go to. There's how you wear a wing with fiberglass. which didn't cost me anything. Also, I got to try out stuff which I haven't done in a long time, so I haven't painted in a long time. Apart from epoxy primer, I haven't used like actual like high build primer or lacquer, and I wanted to practice that for whenever I actually start doing the car properly, the MX-5. It was a bit of a waste of time, to be honest with you. It's just me messing about, really. In terms of what I think of it, I think it looks better than what it did, obviously, because there isn't a hole in it anymore. Could I have done it better? Yes. Could I have actually used real masking paper, which I have down here, by the way? Idiot. Yes. Why didn't I? Because I really underestimated Overspray. So that's one thing I know now. Actually, I also underestimated having a clean gun. I didn't expect it just to shoot out primer at the end of the second coat. I also didn't expect the high build to clog the gun so quickly. So these are all things I know now for whenever I do my actual car. In terms of the result, yeah, it looks shit, but